Hi, I'm Shonda Miles. Today, I want to talk to you about the biggest thing you got to consider if you want to be successful in any area. The biggest thing you got to consider, and that is, we're going to have things that happen in our life. We're going to have trouble. We're going to have illness. We're going to have just things that we can't prepare for: divorce, bankruptcy, financial issues, getting fired. We're going to have issues. Things are going to happen. We're going to have conflict. Excuse me, but I think the what we got to be really cognizant of, we got to really be thinking about the way that the how we accomplish success, how we become successful is our ability to bounce back when things happen that we can't plan for. That is, as I am learning 49 years of life experience, 32 years of work experience, and I've achieved a lot of success. I have failed a lot. I realize that the one of the biggest keys of being successful is our ability to bounce back when things happen in our life. And things are going to happen in our life. We cannot shield ourselves from things that will happen that we have no control over. We have no idea that's going to happen. There are things that we just can't shield ourselves. And so, of course, we can prepare ourselves, right? We can prepare ourselves mentally and spiritually. We can prepare ourselves financially, but still, there is nothing that will determine the level of success that we will have if we don't have the ability to bounce back when things happen. We're going to have these issues, obstacles, challenges, tragedies, traumas, things that happen in our lives. But if we don't have the ability to bounce back quickly, we are not going to achieve the level of success that we could achieve. And so it's easy to be down on ourselves. It's easy to be down when things punch us in the face, right? When things happen that we didn't know they were going to happen, and they take us, off guard. We couldn't prepare for it. And I think about when I had my first child at 18, nothing could have prepared me for childbirth, right? When my grandmother passed away from pancreatic cancer, there's just things in life that nothing could prepare you. You don't know. Of course, I have faith in God and I'm trusting God, and I'm still human, right? I still feel the hurt. I still feel the pain of having to deal with these things. And we just have to develop some resilience. We have to learn how to bounce back quickly. We have to learn how to keep going in spite of things that we can't prepare ourselves for. And I think it's important to realize that no one in life ever has not experienced major things in their life. No one. We've all experienced it. Perhaps on a deeper or a different level, but I still would say that I could talk to anybody in the world and they have experienced major tragedy in their life. And it's just part of life. It's just what it is. There's just things that's going to happen. And so I think, first we got to realize that we're not the only ones. We're not the only ones that's going to have hard times. We're not the only one that's going to have heartbreak. We're not the only ones that's going to be on a job where we're being mistreated. We're just not the only ones. And so when you realize that you're not the only one that's had a heartbreak, you're not the only one that's had a hard life, that people who have had life worse than we have overcome the obstacles and been able to do the things that they wanted to do. They've been able to achieve the level of success they wanted to achieve. I think we could easily get complacent. We get so comfortable in our discomfort. We get so comfortable in our dysfunction that we can just, relax and chill every day and not have to worry and not think about getting better. Of course, we want the better life, right? We just don't want to do the work. We don't want to have to go through working through the feelings, working through the issues, working through the challenges, healing in order to move forward to get to where we want to be. But I believe that if we can get past stuff happening, life happening, if we can get past the lifing, we can live better lives. And so I always believe in trusting God. I believe in prayer and read my word. And it's not perfect, right? It's not, it is, the word is perfect, right? The prayer, God is perfect. I'm just saying that things don't happen the way we want them to happen, the way we want them to happen, when we want them to happen. But I'm just saying that God is perfect. I'm just saying we're not perfect. What we do, we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna, things are just gonna happen. And some of this stuff is, the testing of to build our faith, our character. So we gotta get up. We gotta stop chilling. We gotta stop relaxing. We gotta stop letting stuff get us down and throw us off track. We got to stop starting over. We got to stop quitting on ourselves. We got to realize, okay, we're not the only ones, that no one is coming to save us, that if we want a different life, if we want things to be better, we got to be better. We got to change. We got to do something different. And so we got to just stop blaming other people, calling people, complaining and blaming. And it doesn't help anything. So, I hear things. So some people say, okay, let's go and have a drink. Let's go, smoke weed. Let's go do some drugs. And as if doing those things, or let's go out to dinner, as if those things will help our life be better. And so I realize that we can go and do those things. We can go to dinner. You can go and drink, because I don't drink. You can go and smoke weed and do drugs and all that. That's fine. But once we get through doing those things, they've taken our time and attention, our resources. We still got to deal with life. We still got to deal with these issues. They didn't make things better. They didn't make things better. I'm not better because I went and ate dinner, a 2,000 calorie dinner or 1,500. That didn't make my life better. That added probably a pound or half a pound to my weight. That didn't help me. And two, once I do these things, I still got to come back and figure out how to make my life better. So to me, and I'm just thinking out loud, right? I'm just thinking, what if I just skip all this stuff and let's just deal with the issues? Let's just deal with what has happened. The problem is me, right? Because I can't change anybody else. It doesn't matter who else was involved. It don't matter what they did, because the only person I could change is me. And so I just got to change me. I got to spend this time changing me. What if I turn off the news and CNBC and all this other stuff and just social media? Because I don't need to go to social media to make my life better or worse. I just need to work on my life. And oftentimes we're wasting too much time doing other stuff that's not going to help us make our life better. And I'm just saying that if you want your life to be better, you got to be looking at, instead of doing these other things, what do I know I need to do to change my life? And it's typically the thing that we've been putting off. We haven't done it because it's hard. We haven't done it because we say we don't know how to do it. But we got to make some changes. We got to do something different if we want our life to be different. We can run all we want to, but the reality is we can run, but we still stuck with ourselves. We stuck with these issues. We still got to deal with these things, and nothing is going to change until we change. And so just something to be thinking about is our ability to bounce back from things that happen that are completely out of our control. You got to be, okay, so if you need therapy or counseling, I'm all for that. So if you need it, that's what you get. If you haven't spent time in the Word and you believe in God, then that should be your first prayer and reading the Word of God. That should be and then you should be looking at, okay, what did God lead me to read today? If you're doing Bible in a year, Bible in 9 days, whatever it is you're reading, devotional, what did he speak? What is he speaking to me? If I sit quiet 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'm listening to God, I'm praying and I'm listening to God to see what he said. Okay, what is he telling me I need to do? Did I do the last thing he told me to do? Because I'm trying, you got to be looking at, okay, God, we go to the Word and we get comfort, right? We can pray and the Holy Spirit's going to give us comfort. And then once we get the comfort, we got to go and do something. We got to go change something. We can't just pray to God, read the Word, and then not do anything. We got to do something. So God got something to bless. God has something to bless. And so just something to be thinking about is our ability to bounce back when things happen that are completely out of our control. We're going to work with people who are silly. We're going to have conversations with people who are rude. We can't control anybody. All we can do is control ourselves, and we just need to change our actions, our behaviors. Stop looking to the left or to the right. Stop comparing yourself to other people, and just do what you know you need to do. And most of us, If we were honest, we could make a list, 100 things we need to change right now, 100 things we need to go and do, 100 things we know we need to do to change our life. We haven't done any of them. Like, we're expecting things to magically change because we want a different life. But if we want a different life, we got to do something different. And sometimes that is stop hanging around people who we have no business hanging around, limiting your access, limiting their access to them, limiting your access to them, or limiting their access to you. We got to stop. We got to make some changes. So something to be thinking about is we got to be able to bounce back quickly when things happen that we don't like. We got to bounce back quickly. We cannot be angry at somebody for a week. It doesn't make any sense. It's a waste of energy. Just deal with it right now. Take you a few minutes to calm down, think about what has happened. If you got to do it overnight, I'm agreeing with that, but not more than that. More than 48 hours, I don't believe. I believe in dealing with it. And I've learned the hard way, right? So I'm telling you from experience. You want to be able to deal with things right away. You want to be able to bounce back quickly from things when they happen in your life. You are not the only one, and no one is going to come and save you ever, ever. And a lot of times people can't save you because they can't save themselves. They're so distracted with other things. So think about what you need to do to help yourself. Think about what you need to do today to change your life, and stop talking about it and start taking action right now. Start doing something right now to change your life, and then sit down and just make a plan and start making the changes you need to make. And so don't let another year go by and you're still doing the same thing. You're still accepting the same things. You're still, things are just not the way you want them to be, but you're not making changes. If things are not the way you want them to be, you got to change it. You have the ability to change it. Nobody can take the power away from you. Your ability to change your life is on you. It's up to you to make the changes, to do the things that you need to do. What I always think about is that if somebody else is living a better life, God is not a respecter of persons. If they can live a better life, I can live a better life. I just got to make the change. I got to do the stuff that I don't want to do. And that's the key to getting what we want, is doing the things that we don't want to do, doing the things that we know we should do. So make a decision today to bounce back quickly when things happen. Don't stay stuck. Don't let things get you down. Don't let things change your attitude, your mood for the negative. Don't let somebody bring you down. That don't even make any sense. You have the ability to limit their access to you. You have the ability to change your mind about how you think about the situation. You have the ability to change your reactions. So make a decision and do it today.